Hello everyone, I am Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. My opponent for this battle is going to be TickleMeChad. This guy is actually someone I've known for quite a while actually. The first time I actually interacted with TickleMeChad was actually in Magnitude's stream. He was streaming Wi-Fi battles and he just found me there looking for a battle against Steve, and he actually asked me a very interesting question. And he asked me, "Are you the guy that battles the killer Nacho a lot?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, because your name sounds really familiar." And I was like, "Really?" And this actually impressed me because, fun fact, Chad is actually a friend of Haydunn's actually. And he's actually known for appearing in a lot of Haydunn's free-for-alls, so that's also very impressive. So I personally didn't think he would know who the killer Nacho even is. I thought he would be just a guy who just knows who Haydunn is and nobody else, honestly. So that actually impressed me, and he seemed to also have been impressed that I even battled the killer Nacho whatsoever as well. So the fact that we both know who the killer Nacho is was kind of interesting nonetheless. But it wasn't until much later that I started to interact with him more. I think it was when I first found him on his stream on Twitch that I actually found out that he was a streamer looking for battles and whatnot. And then that's when I found him in Discord, and then that's when I got to know Chad a little bit more, and then that's when I got to battle him for the first time here. And this battle is actually going to be a PU battle. I'm not really good with PU, but I wanted to keep trying it, honestly. I did manage to beat just Weavile, so I was like, you know what, albeit with some hacks in my favor, obviously, but I mean the battle wasn't too far off, so I was thinking, you know what, maybe I can actually try PU against good old Chad, who is actually a proponent of lower tier battles. So I mean, to each their own, honestly. So I personally prefer anything in the UU tier and above, but I mean it's Chad. I mean it's all good, honestly. Here I'm gonna lead off with what's it called, Rotom-F? Yeah, Rotom-F. And he's gonna lead off with the Wallaby, which is this thing, and I'm like, oh great. I do have an answer for this thing though. I do have hidden power ground on this thing. The reason why was because looking at the tier, a lot of things seem to be weak to ground, honestly, so I decided to carry it on my Rotom Heat. Rotom fan. Jeez. I already am losing familiarity with this Rotom. But anyways, I'm gonna switch it out now after taking a huge ass Hydro Pump, which is crazy. And I'm gonna switch into Babark, which is this TickleMeChad. If you guys have seen my very first battles that I posted on YouTube, you should know where I got this Babarker nickname on my TickleMeChad. But anyways, I digress. He's gonna go for another Hydro Pump, and I am gonna be able to take it very well because my TickleMeChad is actually a Soul Vest, and I'm gonna go for Drain Punch. Now, at first I thought that his only switching would be Charizard, and unless he wants to switch that thing in right now, there's really nothing else he can switch into. And as soon as I saw Muck, I was like, yeah, that's fine. I could definitely do a lot of damage to this thing. But then I forgot. Wait a minute, this Muck is actually not the Alolan Muck. Which would have taken a lot more damage from the Drain Punch, but this is actually the regular Poison type Muck, so I was like, oh crap, I gotta switch out. And I do switch out, and I thought he was gonna go for Knockoff, honestly, but he actually just went for Fire Blast, and I'm like, oh, that's perfectly fine. Now here I double switch because I was afraid of the freaking Charizard coming in, because I feel that that thing can actually take the special attacks from Weezing very well, considering most Weezings are usually walls and not invested in any special attack whatsoever. And I do predict him to switch into this Jose Jalapeno, which is the Charizard, and I'm like, hell no, I'm not gonna let you go for anything crazy there. So I do go for Stealth Rocks here, because I figure, you know what, he's definitely gonna switch out. He doesn't want to take a Rock Slide. So here, I'm gonna go for the Stealth Rocks. He switches into Shiftry, and I do go for Rock Slide, hoping for a flinch. I wasn't afraid of switching out here because I still had my Focus Sash, which he now knocks off. And now here, I'm actually forced to switch because I actually am afraid of the Sucker Punch that I know these Shiftries can carry. So I'm going to switch into my Weezing now and just go for, well, take the Leaf Blade first of all. And unfortunately, I feel like this could have very well been a misplay, honestly. But honestly, I was afraid of the Sucker Punch, honestly. I know these things carry it, so it's only natural for me to kind of react according to what I know about the Pokemon Shiftry. But unfortunately, this entire sequence, I actually pay for it by allowing this Shifter to get a Defog off, and as a result, getting rid of my rocks, which could have been useful for that Charizard. But now I literally got nothing on the field, and now I do get to take out the Shiftry. I was gonna say Shiftry, I don't know why, but now he's gonna get a free switch in the Charizard without taking any rocks, which sucks. And here I do switch out. I switched into Rapidash because what I was hoping for here is that he would go for a Fire Blast or any fire move for that matter. But he actually just goes for Air Slash, and you're gonna see something right here. I was like, okay, it takes it really poorly, but I do have a higher speed stat than Charizard, so I should be fine. I should be able to just either scare this thing away with Wild Charge or just go for Flare Blitz for damage. However, this Charizard is actually Choice Scarf, and I was like, say, freaking what? This is actually a problem, and now my Lycanroc is definitely my win condition, because this Lycanroc, well, not Choice Scarfed, it has Excel Rock, which this Charizard is X4 weak to. So I am going to switch it in right now, and I'm definitely going to make the obvious play and just go for Excel Rock, because I do not want to risk him just staying in and trying to go for Air Slash predicting me to try to predict him to go for a switch or something. So here he switches into this thing, the Molester, which is, yeah, you're Finny. And I'm going to switch in my Weezing again to take a possible fighting move or knockoff, but he just goes for Mach Punch, so I was like, okay, that's fine. And now here, I think what I do now is actually try to go for a Sludge Bomb again, I think. Yeah, I do go for Sludge Bomb just to weaken this thing as much as possible. I do get the Poison on this thing, which is, it could be bad if this is the Guts set, but he's just going to go for Bulk Up right here, and I'm like, oh great. Guts +1 is actually really dangerous. So what I'm going to do here now is just keep going for more Sludge Bombs to take this thing out, because I do think I can definitely take a fighting or a knockoff after +1 anyway. So the goal here is just to weaken this thing as much as possible. He does go for knockoff here finally, and it does do quite an amount of damage actually. So, and he knocks out my Black Sludge, so I now have no recovery. And now here I'm definitely gonna be able to outspeed it, or not, because I actually decided to switch out instead. I think the reason I switched into AC here was because I was afraid of a possible switch in to Charizard, but I did not predict correctly, and I just sacked what's it called as a result, which sucks honestly. I think for some reason I also was needing the Weezing for Muck, I think. I don't know why though, honestly, because it really can't really do much other than to try to go for Will-O-Wisp. Maybe that's what I was doing with preserving Weezing, but I don't know. Either way, I do go into Lycanroc on the double down here. He's gonna get a free switch into Lantern, which really sucks, because now I am forced to switch into something, and this guy's gonna get a switch advantage here. I switch into Ludicolo because at this point this is the only thing that can take anything from anything at this point. And here he's gonna go into the Cum Castle, and I was like, oh great. Now what are you gonna do? Well, here what I wanted to do now was, because I got some prior damage onto this Muck already, I was thinking maybe I can take out this Muck with a Waterium Z Hydro Vortex from Ludicolo, and you know, just take it out basically, because I figured its special defense is high, sure, but I don't think it's invested. It's probably very invested in attack. But looking at how well it takes this, I was like, oh great, this is definitely a Soul Vest. And as a result, it survives the Z move, and it's now going to Poison Jab my Ludicolo into oblivion basically. Now here, because I did weaken it enough so that my Hitmonchan can just finish it off with an Ice Punch, I figured just go for it. And if he goes into Charizard again, I'll just be able to switch one more time. But here, for some reason, he's actually going to go into the Lantern, and I'm like, why? Because that actually just takes it out. I thought he was going to go straight into Charizard, which maybe he knew that I was going to try to fodder one of my Mons to allow Lycanroc to come back, so maybe that's why he sacked this. But he was going to send out Charizard either way, honestly, so I don't know why he did that, honestly. Either way, I'm going to switch out now, because I do not want to take an Air Slash. I feel like my Hitmonchan can actually do something. And here he's definitely going to go for the Air Slash because it's super effective against Hitmonchan, and it's definitely going to take out my Weezing as well because it's weakened as well. But now I get one last switch into Lycanroc here. Now here, once again, I really wanted to predict him to switch out. I was actually going to go for Stealth Rocks if he did try to switch out, but again, I just didn't want to risk it. I felt like he had nothing to lose if he stayed in, honestly. So I just went for the Excel Rock again. So yeah, now here, unfortunately, I'm forced to switch out. So honestly, he could just go for the Earthquake right here. So I'm just going to go into Hitmonchan because I do not think I'm going to be able to flinch this thing to death, honestly. And he does go for Ice Shard, which was like a saving grace right here because I didn't have to worry about the Earthquake like I thought he was going to go for. But here I go for Drain Punch, and I surprisingly do not take out this Piloswine. I was like, say what? I mean, I know this thing could possibly carry Eviolite, but how bulky is this thing? And on top of that, it retaliates with Earthquake and does quite an amount to my Hitmonchan. Look at that. It does damage while also being this bulky is crazy. Now here, I'm going to actually choke really hard. I was going to go for Mach Punch. Well, actually, it didn't even cross my mind that I'd go for Mach Punch, actually. I thought I could just go for another Drain Punch, but I forgot that he had Ice Shard even though he just went for it. That was like a huge choke if there ever was one, honestly. And now as a result, I just have Lycanroc to hopefully take this thing out with a crit Accelerock, but not even the crit was able to take out this damn Piloswine. So how do you like that? I just threw this battle away just because I didn't go for Mach Punch with this Hitmonchan, which I should have. I don't know why I didn't think about going for it, honestly. Maybe I was afraid of the possible double back into Charizard or something, but honestly, I don't know. I guess if he didn't make the call, he would have just probably got me to send in Lycanroc, finish the thing off with Accelerock, and then he would just be able to Ice Shard me again anyways. I don't know. But bottom line is that I choked, and I choked in the most ridiculous way ever. But oh well, what are you going to do? So yeah, I lose this battle to my good buddy Chad, which is perfectly fine because the guy's pretty relaxed and he honestly doesn't care about losing or winning, honestly. In fact, the fact that he likes to do a lot of lower tier battles kind of shows that he's more about the fun of the battling, more so than the hardcore competitiveness of the ones who are in the higher tiers and whatnot. So it's all good, honestly. This was a fun battle, and I thought it was a pretty good battle nonetheless. Like I said, I just choked and just I threw the battle away. Like I threw the W away basically, and basically handed it to my boy Chad, which is pretty funny actually now that I think about it. But yeah, that's gonna be the battle. Good game to my boy Chad once again, and he's actually a YouTuber, so if you guys want to check him out, you guys can. I don't know if you guys even know who he is, honestly. You probably do, probably not, because I know that the majority of you fellas come from the Killer Nacho mostly, so if you guys want to check out Chad, he's pretty good. His content is also pretty good in my opinion, so he has that smooth voice too, where he just sounds very relaxed. You know, like there's one of the I like people who are very serenading, if I can say that. I think that's the right term. I don't even know if that's the right term. I don't even know how. But bottom line is that yeah, Chad is a pretty cool person. If you guys want to check him out, I'll link his YouTube channel in the description below if you guys want to. But for now, thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below in my video if you guys want to, and I'll catch you guys later.